All right, we live. Welcome to another episode of Off the Bench podcast, and this is the 18th official episode of us doing this podcast. This will be our third episode of us starting our NFL season topics and talks are going on. As y'all know, the kickoff for the NFL season starts September 7th, so which we roughly about like 3 weeks away. Preseason will be coming on tonight. Uh, and also Sundays you can catch some of the preseason if you wanted to get a little bit of that action. But today we'll be discussing the NFC East. The NFC division, the whole conference of their win, the over and under total. So we're gonna get right into that.
Where you want to start off? Just get right into it.
Yeah.
Top of the snake, we got Eagles. I think it was 12.5 wins, 11.5 wins, over under 11.5 wins for the Eagles. I think that's over. That's an easy over for me. NFC champions, reigning NFC champions, best team in the NFC. Got better, added guys like DeAndre Swift, Jalen Carter, dog D lineman out of Georgia. Got his teammate. I got him on my phone, but I just don't want to look at it. Trying to, I know who he is. He a linebacker who played at Georgia with him too last year, and you know how cold and how deep of a team Georgia was, and how menacing they was. And Jalen Carter, his teammate linebacker, his last name Smith, just can't think of his first name right now. Adding them two dudes on the defensive end, and then adding a running back like DeAndre Swift with what you hope a Jalen Hurts, another Jalen Hurts year. You hoping that Jalen Hurts take another leap, even if he don't. Second in MVP, number three player ranked amongst players last season. So if he just stay around
No,
that
no,
realm,
no, no, no. That's that was quarterbacks.
nah, he was third player overall ranked on the NFL top 100.
I ain't see that. I was just looking at it not too long ago.
It was Mahomes, Jettas, and then Jalen Hurts, which I'm not really mad at because 14-3 record, so they definitely surpassed 11.5, which they won 14 last year, which is why I'm saying easy over because 12, 13 wins. They may not win 14, 13, 12. I could definitely see them winning the division, not only the division, but the conference as well. So definitely over.
Yeah, I got over as well too as kind of the things that you stated. They had 14 wins last season, which I don't kind of think they'll have that type of season again this year. But 14 wins, that's a good start, and I just think they can win at least, like you said, at least 12, 13 games. Might not be 14. You get Jalen Hurts, like you said, to take another leap next year. You get him another year with another wide receiver one, and then AJ Brown. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Then Devontae, to get all that chemistry well organized, get that defense another year to jail. Uh, I believe in the Eagles. I think the Eagles gonna be here to stay as long as Jalen Hurts just keep expanding his skill set, his toolbox. I think the Eagles gonna be fine. And yeah, I think that's a definite over with the Eagles.
Next team we got is the Cowboys, 9.5 wins. They won 12 last year. I'm going over. I think they definitely gonna win 10 games. Top four seed in the NFC conference like they is each and every year. Regular season, Cowboys good for 10, 11 wins. So I'm gonna say over 9.5.
That's that one. I'm kind of on both sides of the spectrum with that one because the Cowboys can do cowboy things. The offense is really where they lacking it. I'm not too much concerned about the defense. The defense is gonna hold it down. I don't have to talk about the studs they got over there on the defense, which that was a top 10 defense last year. The offense, Dak inconsistency, and unreliable. So I really don't know. It just really depends on their schedule and how they schedule stack up. But 9.5, I can see them winning, maybe 10 or right at 9. So I'm kind of in the middle. But I say over for the sake of the argument for this video.
Giants 7.5 over under.
The Giants
Mm-hmm.
7.5. What was they win total last year?
9.
9. Definitely, I could see them winning more than 7. I could see them winning at least 8 games this year. I was just talking to somebody else saying that the Giants, is a really a sleeper in the NFC. I think they can, you know what I'm saying, build on what they did last year, expand on that. You got Saquon, you finally gave him his money. You know, now he gonna be happy and willing to do whatever he needs to do to go out there and help the team win. Play his role, do his thing, and yeah, I think they can. You know, I got over on that one.
I'm gonna go under for sure. Giants, I'm not really buying it. Daniel Jones, he had a fluke year last year. He ain't really like that. Not saying that he not good. He not like that. What he was doing last year in the playoffs against the Vikings. The Vikings defense was trash, and they just tore the Vikings defense apart in the playoffs. Which got Kirk Cousins, damn, we got Daniel Jones that money, and that made Kirk Cousins look bad to make the Vikings look even worse. But I think this team last year was they had a good year. Started off hot, and they still only won 9 games. I think the NFC got a little better. I don't think they'll beat the Cowboys this year. I don't think they'll beat the Eagles this year. And we're gonna talk about the last team in their division next. But that's 4 games right there where I don't see them winning. And I know they got a tougher schedule this year than they do last year, just because they did get better from the year prior to last. But I don't know. I don't think Saquon is fully bought in just because he didn't get the full amount that he thought he was worth, which is especially after they gave Daniel Jones his money because he asked before Daniel Jones was he supposed to get his money, he was supposed to get his, and they gave the money to Daniel Jones, saying that he the quarterback for the future. And I guess they think that they can find another running back if Saquon don't want to play with them in the next year or two, which I guess that's what a lot of these GMs are thinking. The running back position is now expendable at an all time high nowadays. So I guess this what they looking at it as is, you know, Daniel Jones, he had a great year, solid year. If he can bounce back and do what he did last year, if Saquon can just play for us. We got him Darren Waller, a tight end from the Raiders. We got a good defense.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
We I think I still don't see him winning 8 games. So I think this season is gonna be hard to win to get close to 9, 10 games.
Well, with their where it was 7.5,
Mm-hmm.
I can see them getting like 8 games. Like their defense was definitely they strong suit last year. That's what they held. They had on. I think that's what they're gonna lean into more this upcoming season, come September 7th and through week 17 throughout the however long next season is. I think they gonna hang their hats on that, lean on that, and become more of a physical team and kind of change their dynamics a little bit. See, and they watch film, seeing where they had success last year. Try to build on that. I can definitely see them winning more than 7 games this year.
More than 7 games. I'm finna read you that schedule real quick. Just tell me what you think. Week 1, Dallas.
Week 1 Dallas. I can. That's a L. That's a toss up, but I give them
That's
an
an
L.
L. Week 2, Cardinals. That's a
Uh,
W. Now you got to think about
yeah,
it.
that's a
No Kyler Murray. We gonna talk about them later. Not to spoil nothing about their team, but that's a W.
mm-hmm.
I can already talk that up. San Francisco at San Fran
That's a L.
versus Seattle
That's a L.
at Miami
That's a L.
at Buffalo
That's a L.
versus the Commanders. Damn.
That's a W.
Versus the Jets.
Go either way. That's a rivalry. So I don't. That I
They only play each other once. So are they gonna win this
this at
rivalry at
home.
home? Yeah.
Oh yeah, they winning that.
Okay. Versus the at Raiders.
Yeah, they can win that.
Versus at Dallas. First time was just split.
Yeah.
Okay. At Washington, win.
Mm-hmm.
Versus New England at home,
They can win that.
bye week. Versus Green Bay
They can win that.
at the Saints.
They can win that.
At Philly.
That's L.
At versus the Rams. The Rams.
They can win that.
And then versus Philly.
That's L.
So that's you got them winning 9 games. So you got them over. I see them losing to a few of those teams, but I see what you're saying though. They're not that bad of a team. This next team though, the Washington Commanders, forgot they name like 3 times. I didn't even write nothing for their notes. 6.5 is their total. I'm going under. They're not gonna be good. They're not gonna be good. They're not gonna be good. Chase Young, hopefully he come back from his injury. He missed a lot of time last year, but He the only bright spot. Quarterback position is in shambles. Terry McLaurin, he's nice. He's a good wide receiver, definitely. They really don't have nobody that's just like a staple person.
Mm-hmm.
They just been rebuilding for so long. It's just Taylor Heineke was their guy, was their quarterback last year, quarterback 2 years ago, and they almost beat the Buccaneers the year the Buccaneers went to the Super Bowl and won. Don't forget about that. Taylor Heineke did that. But I don't think this team is sniffing 7 games.
Yeah, I don't think so either. The Washington Commanders or whatever you want to put them, they got years of reconstruction going on, years of rebuilding of going on until they can get to the point where they can actually be, say a threat, a household name, where people can come to their games to be proud of their team. Right now, they just go to the game just because for the hell of it. Um, Commanders, also like you said, outside of Chase Young, they don't really have too much of like what they got their wide receiver, but they don't even have people in skill position. They ain't got a quarterback.
They just got Ricky Sam Howell from North Carolina,
What was it? He was like corner,
quarterback.
quarter. Well,
You gotta watch him. Definitely was decent in college.
I just don't know like what would be their identity. They don't got no run game.
Defense. They gonna hold. That's how every rebuilding team starts. Start on D, and then shit, you can fix the offense up. Around the edges.
Mm-hmm.
You got you a quarterback who's decent. You got Scary Terry, Curtis Samuel, who's a good wide receiver. Jahan Dotson, who I didn't even mention. I forgot he even played on this team. This team is decent. Don't think they're gonna win a lot of games this year. They got Eric Bieniemy. That's the new coach. Kansas City Chiefs, former assistant
Mm-hmm.
offensive coordinator. Shout out to
So the offense might be a little
shout out to
more.
EB. He gonna have Scary Terry McLaurin doing some Tyreek Hill like stuff, some Scott Moore type stuff. Some get him the ball, and he a better route runner than a lot of people give him credit for.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely underrated, but again, first year head coach. New team, rookie quarterback, everything just new. Chase Young getting fresh off of injury, everything just new. So I mean, I'm not really having no expectations on them. Just go in, play football, get through week 17, just get through the whole year. And once you get there, now you can talk about getting better.
Yeah,
Because I think it will
facts.
be some building blocks in that team.
Definitely, if they can just get through game one through week 1 through week 17 healthy, just so they can see what their strong suit and their weakness was. Cause kind of like last year, it kind of deterred them because they didn't have Chase Young. They was kind of the scale was unbalanced just to see like where the in terms of where they at and how far they is to get to that level, especially in a division because they got the Giants, Cowboys, and Eagles in a division. So I feel like if Chase Young would have played, they could have seen where we at with the Giants. Here we on that level. How far behind is we? Are we like right there knocking on the door? We can break through that third, where we can be a wild card or something, you know. But
Maybe, definitely.
yeah,
Next team, we got the Minnesota Vikings, 8 wins. They won 13 last year. And I'm gonna go over talking about them the other day. They did lose Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, Eric Kendricks. They added Byron Murphy, a cornerback,
hmm
Marcus Davenport, a defensive end, D end, and then Jordan Addison. And then you already got the best wide receiver in the league, Justin Jefferson. They play a prime time schedule this year just because they did get better. I know we play them, the Niners, the Eagles, so they gonna have a lot of prime time games. And the only way they gonna be in them if Justin Jefferson is the one putting the team on his back, and he is the best receiver in the league. And he made it clear last year. He only fourth year going into his fourth year. The first 3 years was out of this world. Ain't seen it from nobody. Beat Randy Moss receiving yards in Vikings history in like 2 seasons. Crazy to even think about his first 2 years. Uh, I love Justin Jefferson, and watching the quarterback documentary of Kirk Cousins, I got a new found respect for Kirk because he is a good quarterback who don't get his credit because he have been through a lot and he take a lot of hits. Like he get hit, sacked a lot. Same with Joe Burrow. They don't get their respect for that to be able to throw a dart, take a hit, and be able to get back up the next play and throw another dart and take another hit. So I think they'll win like 9, 10 games. I think they'll be top of their division, fighting with the next team we'll talk about. But I definitely like where the Minnesota Vikings stand right now.
Yeah, you said they won 13 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and they won total for the is it 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely got them winning more than 8 games. Let them just based off last year, the success they had. Excuse me, they had last year with them winning 13 games. But I do think Dalvin Cook losing Dalvin Cook was detrimental to their offense in terms of the dynamic that they can bring with in terms of handing it off and passing it to him in the backfield where he can make plays and make just open it all up where the primary focus not just more so on Jettas where it can kind of free him up a little bit. Also, Adam Thielen was another good slot receiver, a good wide receiver too. That can play, you know what I'm saying? That was a good inside receiver that could play in the inside while Jettas outside taking the numbers and you know and all that. I just think those two losses will gonna contribute in big ways. Where they gonna see where it's gonna affect them this season. They're gonna come to figure that out, but I still think 8 games that's a little low for them. So I think they can win about 9, 10 games, maybe not 13, but 9 and 10 games. I could definitely see them winning that, especially what you just said. They schedule getting a little bit more dense. So yeah, I got them win like probably like 10.
Next team we got is a sleeper team for me. Detroit Lions at 9.5. They won 9 last year. And I like this team. They lost Jamal Williams. They running back, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Anime lover. Shout out to Jamal. Mike Hughes. And they added Manuel Mosley, Cameron Sutton, CJ Gardner Johnson, David Montgomery, and Jameer Gibbs. Now, you probably don't know these guys just off names. Three of those guys are DBs.
Mm-hmm.
Three
I
of them,
know
the first
CJ
three.
Gardner.
The last two are running backs. Jameer Gibbs, running back out of Alabama, rookie, drafted this season, stud. David Montgomery played for the Bears last season, stud. I look at this team, I look at the Lions, I look at how good they were last year, and the type of resurgence to his career that Jared Goff had last year, kind of similar to another guy I'm talking about later on when his team get brought up, but it was really like good to see Jared Goff get back to playing at high level basketball. I mean football, high level football, week in week out, and playing meaningful football.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember when Jared Goff was on the Rams, and when the Rams were a great team, they beat the Chiefs. They made it to the playoffs. They made it to the Super Bowl. They obviously lost Tom Brady, obviously in the Patriots that year. But the fact that he still led a team to a Super Bowl and to see him like drastically drop off since then, I think this is a good comeback story for him. Detroit, they were in shambles a lot of years after Matthew Stafford, and I think even with Matthew Stafford, they was in shambles. But
Definitely.
now they kind of finding the direction. They kind of is finding their footing in this league, and
Mm-hmm.
I think if Jared Goff can keep progressing, he's not gonna be there forever. Which is why I think in the next few years they probably find them a quarterback that they can have for for some years to groom and to make them their own.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Jameer Gibbs, a small running back who, man, he probably the best. He's a top three running back in his class. He played at Alabama and was running back one at Alabama. Did my him and my little homework on him, and he actually nice. He didn't start his college career at Alabama. He started off at like a he was either mid major or a low major like high major. So it's like lower tier high major or either mid major. Transferred his sophomore year to Alabama and it took off ever since. Junior year had a good year. Went to the Lions and now to play behind David Montgomery, who again played for the Bears last season, had a great year, probably his best year in the league, and I think this team can go far. That defense is gonna be nice.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's what
don't
I
think
love
it's
the
gonna be a
most.
lot of teams that can be able to match up with them defensively. But I think if they offense can just like keep up with the defense a little bit, they'll be in good shape.
And don't the Lions they got that new coach that was on ESPN, right? He was on ESPN at first doing like first take with Stephen A.
They may have, I don't know.
What's his name? John, something like that. I think that's the coach, and I think once he came in, that kind of changed the culture of the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions, like he said, have never been a team that you go out there and be like, man, Detroit Lions, they about to come out here and do work, do damage. You know what I'm saying? And I'm 21 years old. He's 20 years old. In my years of living, Detroit Lions, outside of Calvin Johnson being there, I never looked at them being a relevant team. And I just seen Baby Tron and Babyface Ray doing a little thing, and they was acting like the worst sports team of all time. They said the Detroit Lions. And it was like, yeah, and they from Detroit, so that just goes to show you how bad they are. But I think they can definitely win. Go over on their win total this season. Last year they had a lot of bright spots that they can go off of, including that defense. Their defense was very solid, very steady for them. It kind of kept them where they was at. Their defense was the main reason why the Packers didn't make the playoffs last year, shutting A-Rod down, putting everybody in the box. It just like he said, like my bro said, the offense gonna have to carry their weight this year. You know, that's all they really missing. I feel like if they can just get them maybe like a tight end or uh, maybe like a secondary wide receiver where you can have like a inside and an outside person where you can occupy, where you can get some one-on-one actions, you know, and try to establish a run game. I definitely can see the Detroit Lions going over their win total though. Definitely.
Okay. Shout out to the Lions. I definitely think they gonna win like 10 games.
Yes, and it's long overdue. Like we said, they've been trash all our life. So, you know,
Next team we got is the Green Bay Packers, 7.5 wins. They won 8 last year, and I'm going under. One of the teams where I'm going under on.
no explanation. Just
I was waiting on you to say what you was gonna say.
how I got under as well. A Rod was the quarterback last year. He's a much better quarterback. Well, was a much better quarterback than Jordan Love going to be, with this being his first real season of getting QB1 reps, being on that stage, NFL stage, being able to carry the offense, learning the playbook. Um, being that vocal leader, being that make sure everybody in the right position. You know, you the head of the snake. Once you the quarterback, you got to make sure everybody in the right position. I think that's a tall task to ask for somebody who didn't get that type of responsibility to watch Aaron Rodgers, because I don't think Aaron Rodgers kind of took him under his wing. Aaron Rodgers is kind of an asshole, but not to deter from the main point, but uh, the Packers defense is what's going to keep them above water. I just don't believe in their offense with them having too many holes and too many questions. I don't really believe in a receiver core. Uh, I trust their running back. Dang, what's the what?
Aaron Jones.
Yeah, Aaron Jones. I definitely I like Aaron Jones. Outside of that, I really don't look at too many bright spots for the Packers. And then win the 8 games last year with a slightly better roster, slightly better constructed roster. I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening. No disrespect to all the Packers fans out there. Don't be mad at me for saying this, but it's just number facts, man.
Yeah, I really don't even got too much to say about them. That's why I didn't say nothing after that. Just under. They lost Aaron Rodgers. What more do I even have to say? They won 8 games last year with him, and they lost them. And now Jordan Love is going to play. I literally just went through that schedule when you was talking. I literally had them winning like 4 games. I just went through that schedule twice to see if I was tripping. 4 games I got them winning under for sure. Easiest under, probably the lock under of this video. Cause no way they win 8 games. No way they win close to half of the games. Next we got the Chicago Bears,
Ah, shit. And
7.5.
and I got under. I don't care what he tried to say and what he tried to seal y'all and what he
That's
tried
why
to
I don't give a fuck about what he talking about.
and what he tried to say. Or they going under. They won 3 games last year. Just don't see them making that significant jump with adding one or two little
They added 4 big pieces. DJ Moore, big wide
yeah
receiver.
big wide receiver.
Tremaine Edwards, a big
Yeah,
linebacker
defense.
for his
Yep.
defense.
Yep.
TJ Edwards, a huge linebacker for him. Nate Davis and Darnell Wright, 2 offensive linemen they didn't have at all last year. These niggas are gonna be way better because they way better constructed. Last year it was literally Justin Fields. No disrespect, Justin. You're gonna be better than Jalen Hurts. But Justin Fields, you just go out there and make something happen, which I don't really like. I'm not upset with because you got a quarterback like that, a Justin Fields, a Jalen Hurts, a Trey Lance, a young quarterback that has over the top ceiling potential when you talk about dual threats where they can throw the ball 75 yards in the air or they can run a 75-yard touchdown with their legs. When you got quarterbacks like that that's young, same what they did to Jalen Hurts. He didn't play his rookie year. Came in sophomore year, gave the keys to him. They lost a lot of games. It was his third year. Made it to the Super Bowl. I look at Justin Fields. He came in as a rookie. You know, he ain't had the best rookie year. That's rookie though. He came in as a kid. You know, second year, sophomore year, which last year we seen this nigga get better week. I saw him get better before my eyes each and every week. And I know that he's a way better passer that people give him credit for.
Mm-hmm.
At Ohio State, if you that's my school. It's a lot of Ohio State guys in the NFC. I'm really finna switch over to the NFC because the Ohio State killing. We gonna talk about them later on, but Justin Fields and the Bears, 8 games is not a lot for them. I don't think so. If they won 3 and they barely was losing a lot of those games, they was in a lot of 3 6-point games last year. Just their team was ass, so of course they gonna lose. Their team is way better now. So those 3-point losses, you got a better defense. You got a better line. You got a wide receiver who he can throw the ball to, and you ain't gotta shit. Is he gonna catch it and be surprised when he do catch it? I love all the acquisitions they made this summer, man, and I'm excited to see the Bears play. Boy,
I'm excited to see him too, just for all the reason that you just spew right there. Cause how you feel and I feel the complete opposite. So that's why I'm definitely gonna be
you
tuned.
don't even know those guys though. That's why.
That's why I'm gonna be tuned in. So y'all gotta make Chicago Bears. If y'all watching, if anybody for the Chicago Bears, if y'all watching this podcast, or you come across this podcast or come across this clip or anything, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you gotta make me a believer. I see it once. I told him. I think it was yesterday. I got that trained eye. I just don't. I can't believe it on what you tell me.
Hold on. Do you not believe in Justin Fields? Then?
Justin Fields?
Yeah, that's literally the only different. Do you believe in Justin Fields?
I can't say I do.
Okay, you just ain't watch Justin Fields.
Just
watch him for like 3 weeks straight. You go.
I just can't say I do.
Just watch him. You gonna see that dude can ball. That nigga is nice. But next team we got Saints. 9.5 over under. They won 7 games last year, and I ain't gonna lie. I really like what this team did because
That's crazy because I was finna say over.
They lost Marcus Davenport. I am too. I am too though. But they lost Marcus Davenport to the Bears. To the Vikings, which I just said earlier. They lost David.
That's a D lineman, right?
Who?
The Marcus Davenport.
Yeah, linebacker.
Linebacker.
Yeah. And he lost David. Onyemata. David Onyemata. I think he like a lineman or something. I did my research on him, but he was a key loss for him.
Mm-hmm.
They added Derek Carr, a quarterback who's not over the top perfect, a quarterback who's not even really like he's like a Kirk Cousins to me because he is underrated, but he's not
somebody who could take you to that next level.
Yeah, but I think what the Saints need at quarterback, because they had Jameis Winston and then they had Trevor Siemian. Mm-hmm. Jameis Winston got hurt, and even before Jameis got hurt, he was looking good. He was looking good before he got hurt. The year before he got hurt, then Trevor Siemian came. And that's when they start putting Taysom Hill at quarterback a lot, which 2023 can't really put Taysom Hill at quarterback no more.
Yeah, facts.
It was cool when he first came into the league. He was a tight end, a fullback.
It's only cool on Madden.
But now, yeah, I'm going to say, because he can't throw the ball really for real. I saw him throw a few touchdown passes last year, but I'm not to be a quarterback for a full stretch of a season. But Derek Carr, you got Jamal Williams, I just named from the Lions last season. You added him. You added a few other guys. Let me give them they love. You added Nathan Shepard and Kalen Saunders. He played for the Chiefs. I didn't even know we ain't got him no more. Nice little D tackle. I didn't even know he left us for real. I'm really kind of shocked. I didn't know that, but hopefully you do things over there. Tyrann Mathieu over there with you still. You still got Cameron Jordan over there.
Marshawn Lattimore.
Defense is gonna be nice. I think the offense is gonna be better because
you get MT back.
Fuck him. You know why? Because I said when we talked about the Bears, what I just say, we got some Ohio State guys that I'm looking at, and I'm saying they the best player on their team. Chris Olave is the best wide receiver on the Saints. I please don't go into this season trying to feed Michael Thomas. Been 4 years, 4 seasons since 4 years since he played some football for real. 4 years. Chris Olave played his rookie year, second in offensive rookie of the year, only behind Garrett Wilson. Guess what school he went to? Ohio State. Them niggas was teammates. I'm looking at Chris Olave as Jamar Chase esque, not Jamar Chase esque. What I'm talking about,
Well, he
like
can do the same type of
yes,
things.
and Jamar is like a shorter, bigger type of receiver instead of like a lengthy, taller. That yes, Garrett Wilson is more so Justin Jefferson, just the height and all that.
Mm-hmm.
He is a Jamar Chase. You know how I feel about Jamar. Jamar Chase can be the best receiver in the league at the end of this year. I think Chris Olave not. I don't think he will ever be the best receiver in the league, but I think he could be a top 5, top 10, 1,000, 1,500 yard receiver, with Derek Carr, a quarterback who can actually give him the ball. He was playing with Trevor Siemian last year, and he still was second in offensive rookie of the year. He playing with Trevor Siemian, which I understand why Garrett won. Because you was playing with Zach Wilson. He got benched by 3 dudes. Trevor Siemian, he just played because, nigga got hurt.
Yeah.
Injuries happen. Jameis was playing. Saints probably would have made the playoffs if James was playing. I'm just gonna keep it a buck.
Then they still got Alvin Kamara.
But he's suspended for first few games, which is again they got Jamal Williams shit who do the same thing. Got the dreads, look like him, play like him.
Well, he don't play like that. He ain't as elusive.
I think he elusive enough. He don't play like him exactly, but he definitely. If we
He just somebody who can get the job done, but he ain't on the same level.
I don't know. Last
I think
ain't good in a minute.
Huh?
Elite in a minute.
Man, he just ain't been able to get the ball, like you said, because he more like a CMC type of nigga. Like you got to give him handoff touches and like make him play out the backfield.
He was getting them bitches. He just wasn't that good. He was hurt a lot of the time, which goes a lot in it. Them niggas, him and Michael Thomas, they couldn't get on the field. But now he still can't get on the field. But shit, when he do come back, I think Derek Carr gonna make that work for him because he a quarterback. He a vet. He know. And he knew. Oh yeah, I respect his game. I see what you can do. I run you like a little wheel. I'll hit you. Run you a little 5 yard out. I'm gonna hit you, and then that 5 yard out turns into 45-yard touchdown, and that's the type of offense they can have this season.
Yeah.
And then you still got Michael Thomas, fuck him, but you still got Chris Olave over here. So you really got 2 wide receiver ones with a good running back in Jamal Charles, and really another wide receiver who was a running back, Alvin Kamara, with a good O line. I like you. I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, I got over it too.
Next team we got is the NFC South may be the best division.
That's the Steelers?
Nah, not the AFC. The next team we got is the Falcons. Over under 8.5. Man, this is one of my homeboy teams. They won 7 games last year. Marcus Mariota is their quarterback. They added Calais Campbell. You know what that is, don't you?
Yeah.
Bud
From the
Dupree.
Ravens.
You know what that is, don't you?
Bud Dupree? No, I don't.
He played for the Steelers. Jesse Bates. Bengals
Safety.
Mm-hmm. And then Bijan Robinson. Man, this team is young and they're gonna be fun to watch.
Getting Calvin Ridley back.
Is he playing this year?
Yeah, they suspended him. Well, what? Now was it? Oh, it might be that season where that suspension kick in.
I think he was he suspended last season? I think he out this year too. I don't know what's going on with him, but
they might as well get rid of his ass.
And he's not on the depth chart, so they probably did. I think he played for somebody else. He got traded to the team he betted on. I remember seeing he got traded to the team he betted on. I forgot who he betted on, but that team they traded for him. They got a young quarterback, Desmond Ritter. Desmond Ritter, quarterback out of Cincinnati. Bijan Robinson, running back. I love this guy. Probably, I said Jameer was like a top 3 running back. He's the best. Bijan Robinson with this team is finna be elite. Wide receivers need a lot of work. Besides Drake London, he bona fide. He was a rookie last season out of USC. Almost.
Don't they got a tight end?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to him. He hurt right now too, but I'm gonna get to him. They need to work on that because Scott Miller, he shouldn't be your wide receiver 3. The old dude who was playing
for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, they got Cal Pisto at tight end, who was a top 4 pick. Which a lot of Falcons fans looking at you, Aaron, they really not high on him. I am. I look at Cal Pitts and I say he never had a quarterback. The Falcons never had a. after Matt Ryan, even with him, again, another team where with him and after him, never got the quarterback situation figured out. Had Marcus Mariota, he was supposed to be like resurge his career, be better, play to a more value contract, which is it didn't happen, but that's what was intended to happen
Mm-hmm.
mutually with the two parties. But obviously he didn't win as many games as he could, didn't play his best ball at all. I think Desmond Ritter coming in with this young team, he got a rookie running back coming in. He's new. You got a year two wide receiver, Drake London, that you can already build bonds with because we young, we the future, and we none of us vets here.
Yeah.
We all gonna fuck up. We all gonna mess up together. And it also helps that the Falcons ain't been good in a long time because what's another 2 more years of not being good? If you was a team like let's just say the Niners, who always be good each and every year. They didn't make the playoffs, say last year, and they didn't make it this year. It'll be a problem. Falcons, y'all not a team where we trying to win this year, next. Y'all gotta build that homegrown talent,
Yeah.
and when that homegrown talent start to, get reach their potential, I'm this team is gonna be good in some years. But as of right now, 2023, I'm going under.
I was just gonna say, if you would say under, there's gonna be another team. I have to see it to believe it. I gotta go under for the simple fact that they don't have really no weapons. No disrespect to none of the guys he named and the running back he named. I definitely have to do my homework and be looking out for him, keep my eye out on him. This upcoming season, the Falcons, they just don't really have no household name that you can really stick with outside of Cal Pitts. I really am high on him as well. Really think he's a good tight end. Just don't have the quarterback to get him the ball. Like you said, Mariota not gonna cut it. Uh, Matt Ryan is on the back end, not gonna cut it. So he finally got who the quarterback now?
Desmond Ritter. I think he rookie or maybe a sophomore in the league. So new opportunity.
New,
Basically like Jordan Love.
new opportunity. Really can't just put your full trust in that, but you know what I'm saying? We just gonna see how it goes with the Falcons. Falcons ain't been good in what years?
About 6 years.
But yeah, years since Julio was in his prime, and that's when I was a shorty. So yeah, I got under on that one.
You got under.
Yeah, under.
Next team we got is the Carolina Panthers. Now I don't have no notes for this team, but I do know that they did get Bryce Young from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So I really wanted. I'm going to do some quick research, but they stats are looking at 7.5 over under, and they lost. I mean, they won 7 last year.
Surprisingly, I was going to say over.
Surprisingly,
yeah.
So they got Bryce Young. They do got a nice. Okay, they did kind of get a good team built around them. Bryce Young, Miles Sanders, running back from the Eagles, Adam Thielen from the Vikings, DJ Chark, he played there last year, Hayden Hurst, tight end. So they got good weapons there.
Solid weapons.
Defense: Shaq Thomas, Von Bell, Dante Jackson, Xavier Woods, J.C. Horn. They kind of got Jeremy Chin.
They got some speed on that defense.
They got a good good defense. I'm gonna go. Let me see that schedule right quick. Week 1 at Atlanta, win versus the Saints. I'm gonna say loss. I'm just rapid fire just see how many I got them winning. Loss Seattle, loss Vikings, loss Lions, loss Miami, win versus Houston. Maybe if CJ Stroud go crazy, they may lose. Win versus Colts. Damn, why they play all 3 of these niggas the same week? Win versus Bears, loss versus Cowboys, win versus Titans, win versus Bucks, loss versus Saints, loss versus Atlanta. I think they all split. Win versus Green Bay, loss versus Jacksonville. 9 games. I just counted on my fingers.
Yeah, that's losses.
Nah, that was losses winning. Oh yeah, so I got them under winning 7 games again. I knew they team wasn't gonna be nothing. No, not the Bryce Young. You ain't too many guys to win Heisman that played quarterback. He one of them. So I'm not taking nothing away from your game, but Adam Thielen like 32, 33 maybe. He ain't been Adam Thielen.
I said if you were 27, 28, Adam Thielen here, yeah.
Say this was
man 20.
I was just that's literally like I said 3 years ago.
Bro.
Adam Thielen, but nah, he ain't that no more. But another one of those young teams where hanging their hat on the defense, go all in on the defense, and we could get the offense going later, which is what they did. They traded CMC mid-season, um, brought in, they brought in, and that's when they started tanking. When they traded CMC, they were like, all right, we don't fucking want to win no more. Baker Mayfield was their quarterback at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I don't want to. KJ Jackson. They had a black quarterback at one point. He wasn't really on nothing.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, Sam Darnold. They had a lot of guys, and they had a bad pick. They traded their pick to the Bears, and they got them their franchise quarterback, which is gonna help them a lot in the long term run. But this year, I don't see Bryce Young taking them over the top as a rookie,
Mm-hmm.
just because I think Bryce Young. Not gonna say he was made by his receivers at Alabama because he was a good ass quarterback. He won Heisman for a reason, but I think a lot of it was just the Alabamas was just a overpowered stack over like just cold team like all around. O line was incredible. Weapons was incredible, and then shit, you got the best coach damn near in college football. So it was kind of easy to look good in that system because even they backup when Bryce got hurt, and I remember they backup can't remember his name. They played Arkansas, and he had like a 84-yard run, and they were like, "Damn, he on the bench," and it's just like Alabama is it's gonna be hard to play quarterback and not look good.
Mm-hmm.
Think of just take hold on, not to get off topic, but just think of the last let's just last few quarterbacks at Alabama, and all of them got the same. Bryce Young got Bryce Young. Let's just get Tua out of there. Jalen Hurts was there the same time as Tua. See where both of them went. Mac Jones was there. See where he went. See what he's doing in the league. I can't think of the last quarterback to finish out that last 5 years. I think it's AJ McCarron, but that may be too old. That may be too old. But I'm just saying, you see the trend in Alabama quarterback.
Yeah.
If you go play quarterback at the University of Alabama, you set up for good things. Now we got to see it in the league. Now we got to see you do it for another organization under a new head coach, under a new regime, with new teammates that may not be the best of the best talent.
And on a higher level.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I could dig that. I could dig that.
Next team, Tampa Bay, over under 6.5. Another team I didn't write nothing for.
I ain't finna say that they quarterback Baker Mayfield. That just goes to show you everything you need to
And
know about them.
he is fucking battling with who was they? Damn, they got a backup. He battling with him to be the starting quarterback, which is tough times we got here now, Baker. Next team, 49ers. Last division we got in the NFC.
Now they show you NFC, ain't they?
Yep, nigga.
Oh yeah, I got them over.
It's 10.5, 113 last year. I got them over too. When you just look at this team and just man, I'm gonna just read off their offense and man, Brock Purdy at the quarterback, which is probably not incredible, but we saw what this team did last year.
Mm-hmm.
CMC, Debo, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, that's the wide receiver core. Tight end George Kittle, fullback Cal Juszczyk, one of the best fullbacks in the game. Trent Williams, left tackle, best offensive tackle in the game.
Best lineman in the game.
You got defense. You got D tackle Eric Armstead, D end Nick Bosa, Drake Greenlaw, middle linebacker Fred Warner, cornerback Jadarius Ward, former Kansas City Chiefs. They just got a good ass team.
Yeah, real rounded team definitely, and with CMC not having to get thrown into that fire now, where they can kind of equip him to the offense even more now, where he can get more knowledge on the playbook, where he can be more comfortable in his role. I think Kyle Shanahan can do some special things with this group, with him having a full training camp and a full year under his belt with his full team instead of starting from like having like 5-6 games left to play and make something happen. So yeah, I definitely can see it. And once they get a stable quarterback, which would be probably Trevor Lance or Trey Lance. My bad.
Trevor Lawrence, that's who you thinking about.
Trey Lance. Then we'll see what they can go from there. But for right now, I definitely trust the process and trust what they got going on. And as we see, the 49ers, they guaranteed to make at least the NFC championship game.
If they make the playoffs.
Yeah, if they make the playoffs.
But I like this team going over for sure. best team in this division, one of the top
Facts.
2-3 teams in this conference. They quarterback position was one where they was. This team has always been a team for the last I'm gonna say 4 or 5 years. That's when I really started watching football, like 4 or 5 years ago. And they was on the scene because they was in the Super Bowl. And if they had a better quarterback, they probably would have beat the Chiefs in that Super Bowl. They didn't make the playoffs again that next year. Injuries that happens, Came back the year after not making the playoffs when having injuries. Came back, beat the Green Bay Packers to go to the NFC Championship game. End up losing that game, obviously to the who was that? The Rams.
Mm-hmm.
They lost that game to the Los Angeles Rams, who went on and won the Super Bowl. So, and don't get me wrong,
correlation.
And then the year with this most recent year, they made it all the way. And let me give you their journey. They made it all the way from a team who thought they were gonna start Trey Lance. They thought Trey Lance was the guy going for it. He started week 1, didn't play great, didn't play bad. First time starter. Gets hurt, second game, his first time stepping on the field. Gets hurt. All right, fuck. Now we got Jimmy G. We got to play. Jimmy G. Again, the only thing they was missing is a quarterback that was better than Jimmy G. Right. Jimmy G led them to 13 wins. Wait, wasn't that 13? They won 13
Yeah, 13 games, but they did start off the season a little shaky.
Couldn't have been too shaky. And lost 4 of them bitches.
Well, they did go on the mean win streak when CMC
got there.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Garoppolo, he gets hurt, which they didn't see coming. Nobody could have predicted that. Brock Purdy has to play. We thought, shit, they'll be ass. Brock Purdy last 5 weeks, they didn't lose a game. 5-0, heading to the playoff. Won against the Seahawks. Rookie quarterback, last pick, won against the Seahawks. Went to the NFC Championship game, played against the Eagles. Got hurt. If Brock Purdy doesn't get hurt, we may be talking. They probably still would have lost. I still got the Eagles, but the game would have been better and more interesting. Definitely. And I say all that to say that I don't know if the Niners would ever go to starting Trey Lance. I'm not saying they just gave up on him, but if Brock Purdy just did all that his rookie year, he was the last pick, did all of that shit that he just did. He wasn't supposed to play because Trey Lance was there. All right, I'm QB3. Trey Lance get hurt the second game of the season. All right, Jimmy Garoppolo, he didn't even expect to play that year. But shit, I'm in. I can play. He gets hurt. Who else you going to go out there? And for Brock Purdy to step up and answer the call like he did and do everything they asked him to do, which is not a lot, which is why I always said that they just need a quarterback better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Because Shanahan, the way his offense is,
not going to be too much passing.
Quarterback you don't need to do too much. You really just need to get the ball out your hands and just be accurate, which is what Brock Purdy did and why he looked so good. And I think that's why they traded up to get Trey Lance, because Trey Lance, he put this team, like, Trey Lance on this team with those weapons, oh my fucking gosh, the place they will be running will be like
crazy,
like some real life Madden shit, and I will be all here for it because CMC, he versatile. Got a dual threat running back, and then you got a versatile receiver in Debo who can run the ball and run a route and go catch the ball. Like, you got fucking George Kittle, probably the best blocking tight end, and he can actually catch the ball. Like, this team is just so versatile, and I'm hoping that they play Trey Lance. I definitely got them going over. I don't see a world where they don't win 12 games again, but 12, 13 games, bare minimum. But I definitely look at this team and I say the Eagles and the Niners, they may go back.
Yeah, it might be a repeat. Yeah, facts. But before we, I got a couple like rapid questions or like TikTok friendly questions that I want to ask that we will be introducing with these NFL talks, and this will be our last episode to the NFL season officially kick off. And so before we go, I want to ask you this. You also follow my co-host, my brother. He on TikTok at
One Sports Doctor.
At
One Sports Doctor.
One more time.
One Sports Doctor.
You know what I'm saying?
Your fucking question.
Now he been doing these little things on TikTok. He been doing a lot of homework, a lot of research. Y'all go check him out for real. So I got this from him. So I want you to rank these three wide receivers that came out of LSU, which was Odell Beckham, and Chase Ja'Marr Chase. So I want you to rank those wide receiver corps based off the just college alone, not NFL.
Nigga, I know. Yeah, go check that video out, by the way, too. Please, at One Sports Doctor. Video got like 80K right now. Video is crazy. But starting ranking, I'm just gonna rank them. The best wide receiver in LSU history that I've seen. I've been alive for 20 years. Probably been watching college football for like 10, 12. Best wide receiver I've seen, Jamar Chase at LSU. I mean, yeah. Wait, no. Did I say Jamar?
Mm-hmm.
Jamar Chase. Best wide receiver that I've seen come out of LSU. That Joe Burrow Jamar connection. It was only for 1 year, and that's all we needed to see. Them niggas didn't play each, and it's crazy. They didn't play with each other for multiple years. That was 1 year, and they won it. They won the national championship. Joe get drafted. Jamar plays senior year. They play where you gotta be Jamar. Second player, I'm gonna have to go OBJ because OBJ and LSU was nasty. Him and what's his homeboy name? Jarvis Landry. Him and Jarvis Landry was nice as fuck at LSU. But they didn't have a Joe. He didn't have no Joe Burrow as a quarterback, so that's why I can't give him over Jamar, just because Jamar was like totally different breed of like receiver.
And also, not to cut you off, Jamar was also the wide receiver too when he was doing serving his time at LSU. So that's definitely why he took it into account too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, but because Jetta did lead the team in receptions. He had the most receptions. But shit, Jamar had the most yards. He had the most touchdowns. Way less receptions. And then you got OBJ, who basically did everything Jettis did the year he played with Jamar. And OBJ, like I said, didn't have a quarterback who was a gunslinger or who was anything on the level of Joe Burrow was in college or the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow won a Heisman in college, and shit, you see what he's doing in the NFL. So I go Jamar Chase, Odell Beckham, Justin Jefferson.
I like that. I like that right. I like that list right here.
Jettis, because again, Jettis. And I said this in my video. Jettis the best player, is the best wide receiver now in the NFL. He ain't no scrub at all. He 2-3 years later, he's the best. Then I give it to Jamar. Then I say Odell. But that's tough. That is tough.
Yeah.
A lot of them niggas was cold. NFL and college.
Another one for you. See, these will be the Alabama quarterbacks: Bryce Young, Tua, Jalen Hurts. If you had to rank those based off what they did at Alabama, how would you rank those 1 through 3?
Damn, that's tough as fuck. Jalen third. He did a lot, but shit. Tua got two. All right, Tua 1, Bryce Young 2, and Jalen Hurts 3rd. Tua got to be one. This nigga did not play damn near that whole year with Jalen Hurts. And this nigga Nick Saban said, "Fuck it, Tua, don't get his ass." Led them niggas to won the national championship that same year. His first game, really liked playing. Won. Next year they came back, and I think they fucking lost like 1 game. So I'll say Tua because he the only one.
And he had got hurt that year, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He the only one who won a ring in that time. Well, Jalen Hurts did too, but he
got
his spot taken.
Yeah,
he got his spot taken. Bryce gotta go. Bryce Young number 2.
He was different.
Bryce Young, Heisman. The other 2 didn't win that. He played Nick Saban. I think that's Nick Saban most. I don't know, because Mac Jones too.
Because didn't Bryce Young have a game where he was 30 for 35?
Yeah, Bryce Young, yeah, he definitely was like that in college.
Definitely was like that.
In Alabama history, he'll probably be like the best quarterback when like you look at just what like at Alabama.
Yeah.
But for me, he never won a national championship. If he would have won that year or either of the years, either his Heisman year or this year, I probably would have said Bryce because really no disputing that shit at that point. But for Tua to literally not really just be playing, and for Jalen Hurts, we know who Jalen Hurts is, and we seen him even when he went to Oklahoma, how good he was. And for Nick Saban to be like, that's our guy right there. Tua threw him in there and won. Oh my God, that's just a perfect story, bro.
It is.
So I'm gonna go Tua, Bryce Young, and Jalen Hurts.
I agree with both of those lists you just said, and this last one right here kind of gonna be a little caught off guard because I haven't seen this one on this page yet, and this will also still be saying college with Alabama, but the running backs: Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram, Najee Harris.
I did do a video about that.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I said Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram was tough. I'm Derek, Mark, Najee. This one kind of simple for me because I know Najee not finna be up there for me, even though he was good. Najee just came out of nowhere, and he wasn't really like just the only guy. Like they weren't really a running team, and that's why I feel like them two, the first two, Alabama was a ground and pound team,
When
and
they
like
had them,
yeah,
yes.
like they had Mark Ingram first, and they had Trent Richardson, and Trent Richardson, Mark Ingram had like 1,600 yards. Trent Richardson had like 1,200. In the same, they on the same team,
Same, yes, that was
same fucking
crazy. I
team.
ain't gonna lie,
You remember
crazy.
Trent Richardson?
Yes,
That nigga was
that's what I
cold.
should have said.
That nigga was cold, bro. And then they got Derrick Henry in, and Derrick Henry won hot. Mark Ingram won Heisman too. And then Derrick Henry came 5 years later, I want to say, and then shit just really made everything Mark was doing just look easy. And when I was doing my homework and my research, I was just like, bro, this nigga Derrick Henry at Alabama was unstoppable. It literally was nothing you could do with him. But then I look at that Alabama team with Mark Ingram and Trent Richardson. They had I think that's the years they had AJ McCarron. And he really wasn't a gunslinger like that, but he was accurate. He was like a Matt Jones ass nigga. All you gotta do is hand the ball off.
Yeah, especially when you got two 1,200 plus yard carriers on your team.
Fucking college, bro. Nigga,
it's
they
crazy.
Are college,
yeah, that's
bro.
crazy. What happened to Trent Richardson?
He played for the Browns early in his career. I remember when he first got drafted. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I was a Trent Richardson guy.
Me too. That's why I was. That's why I should have said like this whole video because I knew I was gonna end up bringing this up at the end of the video, just to you know what I'm saying, to get a couple more TikTok friendly videos.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. So I should have said Trent Richardson.
He had a short career in the NFL, but his rookie year was good. I remember him for the Browns. Rookie year had almost 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns, 15 games. The next year he played for two teams. He played two with the Browns, got traded to the Colts, and then he played 15 games with the Colts, and then he didn't play a year after, played no more after that.
I was like, bro, that nigga show fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, he was raw shit. I'm not gonna lie. But those were some good questions. Those were good questions.
And they play style was exactly the like too. Like they was not finesse.
Who Trent Richardson and
yeah, they weren't finesse. They would like
kind of remind me of North Little Rock when they had Alty and who was the other running back? Alty, Tim Penny, and who was the other one? Who was like bigger? Was it Deion Tidwell?
I think it was
31.
Yeah. Or that might have been the year after.
Nah, they had to play at the same time. They had to have played. 31 is a weird number for a running back. They had to have played. But yeah, that's what it reminded me of. Cause them niggas was just ground and pound, and they were fast too. Trent Richardson was cold. Y'all don't, hey, bro, go watch Trent Richardson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go watch out some Trent Richardson highlights. If you don't know nothing about no Trent Richardson, go type him in on YouTube. Trent Richardson, Alabama highlights, man. Running back.
Please do. And next team we got is Seattle Seahawks. Thought he was gonna ask me about another guy who went to college at this school, but we're gonna save it. They over under 9. Even in 9, they won 9 last year. Over under
9. This one is tricky. I can probably see them winning 9 games again this season. They defense. Is they coach still Pete Carroll?
Yeah.
Pete Carroll. So yeah, I think the Seahawks they're gonna be a well coached team. They're gonna be solid defensively. They're gonna be okay offensively. Who they got at their quarterback? Geno Smith is last year. He would play he played beginning the first half of the season. He was looking real good, and towards the end he kind of started looking like how he was a little bit. Started to show signs of the real Geno Smith, but I'll for the sake of the video, I'm gonna say under. But I wouldn't be shocked if they was to like to win right at 9 games or win over, because I think they one of those teams that they're just gonna be well coached. You know, they're gonna be well rounded. They might not have the big names on offense, but they're gonna be able to get the job done. They got DK, still got Tyler Lockett. Just based on if Geno Smith can be able to get these guys the ball and just let them do their work.
Disrespect to one of my guys is crazy. Now I'm gonna go over for a few simple reasons. A, I'm believers in the Seahawks. Geno Smith, I'm a believer. He a Kirk Cousins ass nigga to me. Where I think you underrated. I don't think you a top tier superstar. But I do think a lot of people who know you don't really know you for the guy that you are now. You changed. You grown. Geno Smith, his last season, threw 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns. Geno Smith, 30 touchdowns in 1 year. That's damn near as many he threw his whole career. Like for his first 7 years, he threw 32 touchdowns, 30 in 1 year, with only 11 interceptions. He threw 25 his first 2 years, 69% accuracy. Best year by far.
Mm-hmm.
DK Metcalf. Who else you just say? Tyler Lockett.
Locky, yep.
Fuck them guys. Not DK. DK. Tyler may be out there in a few years. Another Ohio State guy, and this is the one I was waiting on. I'm really pissed that we'll say the best for last. I'm really mad we waited this long to bring up my guy, Jackson Smith and Jigba. Ohio State wide receiver, played with Garrett Wilson, played with Chris Olave, played with Marcus and Harrison, played with Julian Fleming. These are like top tier guys, offensive rookie of the year, I should say. Number 2 in offensive rookie of the year. Both of those guys. Guess who's the best wide receiver on that team? 1,600 yards. Most touchdowns on the team. By far, the most yards on Garrett Wilson had 600 yards less than him. When he had, I think, 25 less targets and receptions than Jackson. Jackson Smith, he gonna take this team over the top. Just because they still got Tyler Lockett, they got DK, and I'm just glad he didn't come to a position or a situation to where he had to be Garrett Wilson, to where he had to be wide receiver one day one playing with shit. You got Geno Wilson, you got DK who wide receiver one, you got Tyler Lockett who can even claim to be wide receiver two. Put him in the slot. He said he could line up outside. I believe him because route running is nice, tough, catch. Not gonna drop the ball. Great tracker, fast. I think he can get a little faster, but he fast, got breakout speed, breakaway potential speed.
Mm-hmm.
I love him. I love him not because he Ohio State guy. That is one of the reasons, but because playing with a quarterback like Geno Smith, who is like he just accurate. And the way that he played last year, I think he can play like that again this year. I don't think he'll probably throw for another 4,000, but if he throw for, let's just say, for the sake of the video, 3,000, 25 touchdowns and 8 picks, that's still the second best season Geno Smith ever had, which I don't think is, which would be a bad season. I'm looking at this team and they gonna win. I think they gonna win 9 games. I think the defense got better. Picked up the Devon Witherspoon, corner out of Illinois. I think he was like a top 3 draft pick. Tariq Woolen, cornerback, lockdown, which we didn't give him no respect the other day when we was talking about him. He was a rookie cornerback, came out. He be strapping. Tariq Woolen, he a strapper. This Seahawks team is fun because Pete Carroll, he's a great coach.
Yeah.
He's gonna have that defense ready to play.
That team ready to play.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like the defense is.
Yeah, cause
they always had an elite defense.
Yeah, they gonna always be a top 10 defense for sure.
Yeah, cause Pete Carroll he give me like that Steelers vibe where you want coach gonna make you want.
That's their identity, yeah.
Mm-hmm, that defense. So I definitely got them winning like 10 games just because I think you add a guy like Jackson Smith, the Jigba, to a wide receiving core with a big, swole, fast nigga and a smaller, faster nigga, and you put in a medium-sized, swole, fast nigga, and you got a quarterback, and you got Kenneth Walker, the third in the backfield, who is another swole, fast nigga. This team is just a swole. That offense is just going to be swole. Oh my God, it kind of remind me of the fucking Seahawks from years ago. You got
Marshawn and all that.
You got Marshawn, who was a swole fast nigga. Who did they have at wide receiver? Fucking Doug Baldwin, a small, swole, fast nigga. Who else they have? Tyler Lockett was still on those teams. Tyler Lockett.
That's when he was younger, yeah.
This team, I think this team can surprise some people. I won't be surprised.
Especially in that division, yeah.
Yeah, especially in the playoffs. I think once they get to the playoffs, I think they can take out one of those upper seeds or give them a run for their money. Give them a good, and I'm not talking about no bullshit like, oh, well, it's a blowout. No, I'm talking about down to the wire. Your best players have to play and they have to finish this game for y'all to win.
Mm-hmm.
That's what type of That's the type of ceiling I have for this Seahawks team.
That's all the teams.
No, we got two more.
Two more.
We don't got Rams and the Cardinals. Rams over under 6.5 and Cardinals over under
How
4.5.
many of the games? Well, the
Five and
Rams.
5 and 4.
Damn. See, that's kind of hard because the Rams, they didn't get no better.
But you got to think, what's called didn't play at all. Cooper Cup didn't play,
Yeah, he didn't play.
and Matthew Stafford he really didn't play.
So he coming back. So I'm gonna say over, but I just don't really believe the Rams can do that. They're not gonna be that much of a damaging team, even with the additions of Cooper Rush coming back and being healthy for a full season. Matthew Stafford coming back being healthy for a full season. I think that defense is just not quite the same. It's not even more that secondary a little bit more suspect with losing Jalen Ramsey. I think Aaron Donald gonna do what he do regardless. I like that I think Leonard Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I like Leonard Floyd. I think he a linebacker or defensive end that they got over there.
He don't play with them no more.
He don't.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's that defense. Hey, and that's really the main reason why I think what helped them win a championship 2 seasons ago. Was that defense? They held they hats, lean their hats on defense, made that be their identity, made that they call it card, got them a Super Bowl ring out of it. And on offense, when they had that Super Bowl run, they had a little more dynamic to their offense. They had a speedster in Robert Woods. They had Cooper Cup, which one of his most outstanding seasons that he had up to date. Then adding Odell, there's somebody with electrifying route runner with that type of speed that could play outside the numbers and do all this different things where he got that one-on-one coverage and he made them pay. So I just think this team and the team that they just won with is too different just to say that they're gonna be a solid good team. But I definitely I can see, I'm gonna just say over just for the
Damn,
benefit.
you don't think they can win 7 games?
Yeah, but I'm gonna just say yeah.
I'm gonna go over too. Not too really much to say about them though, because this is the same exact team damn near last year. I just think that you add Cooper Cup, you add Matthew Stafford, they gonna win at least 1 or 2 games because the defense was holding them into a lot of games last year.
Mm-hmm.
They could have won a few games. I remember off the top of my head, we played them and we didn't play them good. We won by like a touchdown, 10 points. They could have probably won that game if Cooper Cup, Matthew Stafford played. I think they had a game against Arizona or somebody. They had a lot of games that just slipped away from them. Whereas just that type of season for them, They won a Super Bowl a year ago, and they came back and they did that. But again, injuries happen. We saw that with the 49ers where we was injured. We're gonna get back. We're gonna make sure we regroup. Because I don't think this team. Again, the Rams made it to the Super Bowl like 4 years ago, and they played against Brady, and they made it
Mm-hmm.
4 years later and won it. I don't think their team is that far off from being back or to win. I'm
Yeah,
going
making
over for
noise.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely going over. And
Now
then
with the last team, I'm going under for the simple fact that Kyler Murray, for them to be for that to be their franchise quarterback moving forward, and that to be like the head of the snake. I just think Kyler Murray he too small. Um, every season since he been in the league, as you see, he always start the season off hot. But as soon as the season start wearing down, you get to like week 7, week 8, the later weeks on during the season, his body start to tear down. He always getting hurt. The team started losing. I just think it's a reoccurring theme that's going on with the Cardinals, and it all just stems from Kyler Murray because his body just so undersized and being small, taking all those hits and running and putting himself in harm's way, and that's gonna take a toll on your body as you keep playing the amount of snaps that you playing at the level that you playing and taking the amount of hits that you playing as the weeks go on. So I really just don't see I just don't like their team. They losing D Hop, which D Hop it was once he got there they didn't really use him correctly. You seen the frustration in that between him, Kyler Murray, and the coach, all three of them, and that's another reason. The coach and Kyler Murray, they kind of didn't see eye to eye last season on a lot of things. Kyler Murray was saying he wanted to run this play, and coach wanted to run this play. So I just think it's a lot going on with the Arizona Cardinals that they just need to get figured out. which I think a lot of that got to stem from the incentive that they had to put into his contract, where he had to watch. It was mandatory that he watch at least such and such amount of minutes, hours of film. So I don't know. I don't have no trust in the Cardinals. The only person I like over there is really Buda Baker and Zay Say.
Mm.
Say
Who was that?
Isaiah Simmons. Shout out Isaiah Simmons.
I thought that was supposed to be Saquon. Say.
Hey.
Nah, you need to get a new nickname. But I'm gonna go under two. Not really much to say about the
Yeah, they
Cardinals.
ain't.
Kyler missing more than half of the season, so Colt McCoy starting quarterback. Not really gonna be watching them at all. Interested to see how Marquise Hollywood Brown did with them. He had an underwhelming season last year. Same with Rondale Moore. Wide receivers were adding D Hop. We thought would be like a great wide receiver core altogether, but never really pieced it all together.
Facts.
I think they need to invest in this rebuild too, because if they not satisfied with Kyler Murray, this is perfect and prime opportunity to tank, get just like the Wemby, on a sweepstakes. Whoever get that first overall pick, if you need a quarterback, go ahead and get you Caleb Williams. Heisman out of USC, quarterback, 6'4", 6'5". Throw that bitch 80 yard, run that whole 80 yards around the field to get a first down. He's a 6'5" Kyler, better thrower,
Bigger
way
body.
taller.
You know what I'm saying? Bigger body.
Probably not as good on his legs, but he is definitely a menace when he starts running and start making guys miss. I didn't even think he was like that good of a runner, because he's really a gunslinger.
Mm-hmm.
But if the Cardinals can get a guy like him who can change their franchise around ASAP day one, they'll be in good shape.
Yeah,
if they
facts.
don't want to keep Kyler, if they don't want to keep going this Kyler Murray route, keep dealing with this each and every year. But because Kyler is a good quarterback, I think he still is a top like 10 quarterback in the NFL. I just think a lot of these other guys, they got better situations than what Kyler had.
And I just think Kyler, he can get compromised a lot easier with just his size alone. Like I said, these last
I
two
don't be thinking that be mattering. I just think
the
the
last
team not that
the
good.
last 2-3 seasons, you see his body always give out towards the back end of the season, and that a lot
When
of
we see that,
huh
when we see that, besides last year,
the year before that. That's when they started off like undefeated, and after
no,
that
I don't think his body. He played all the games that year. They just started being bad. I knew they
he
were.
had but he had a lot to do with it though.
He, I want to say he had a lot to do with it. Team was just some shit. I ain't gonna lie. Defense wasn't stopping nobody. That team was that. That's when I knew I was like, yeah, the Cardinals not good. When they went 8-0, I like they not that good. Then they lost 8-1, lost 8-2, lost
Because I
8-3.
never seen Kyler Murray like go and beat another like one of those ones.
I only been in the league like he never played one of them. I don't think. Well, he played Mahomes. I don't know. I don't think he ever played none of them. Definitely not in the playoffs, but see, that's really when everything come to fruition, come to that biggest moment. You gotta see him in the playoffs.
You got to get his team there first.
It's kind of hard to do that in the NFC. Kind of hard to do that.
Not as hard as making it in the other division, but
Yeah, you're right, but
he got a little
he got the
easier.
hardest division in the NFC though. Yeah, I think two of the four teams always playoffs or championship contenders. The Rams and the 49ers is always in that division. This nigga can't get away from them.
Oh yeah,
You got one
facts.
team that's floor is the championship game if they healthy. 49ers healthy, they floor is the NFC championship game. And you got the Rams where again that roster, they just too talented to not even be in the playoffs. So shit, it's really not too much Kyler can really do it with an older D Hop, an older AJ Green, and come on, let's ride on some Russell Wilson shit.
Facts though. Well, I think that conclude this video. This conclude gonna wrap up our 18th episode of Off the Bench podcast. And once again, y'all go ahead and head over to TikTok and go follow
One sports doctor.
Go ahead, tap into that. Y'all follow. Y'all and go ahead, leave a like, comment, subscribe on this video. Y'all been doing real good, man. Supporting us. We have 160 subscribers, 40 away from 200. Let's keep it up, man. We on this road to 1K. Y'all stay with us. And we out.